Hey everyone, it's Tyler and Michelle Stroik from Universal Rackets, and this is going to be a special video because why?
We're going to be breaking down all of the reasons why you're missing in your game.
Now, there are three outcomes when you play pickleball. Number one is to win. Clearly, that's everyone's desired outcome. Number two is to beat yourself, and number three is to get beaten. If you lose, you want to make sure you get beaten and don't beat yourself. Too many pickleball players, they're losing tournaments, they're losing round robins, they're losing open plays because they are continually beating themselves because they're just hitting every single ball out or hitting every ball in the net. If you ever miss in pickleball, when you hit in the net or you hit it out, you 100% lose the point. However, if you get that ball back to your opponent, there's a chance that they can miss. If you're wondering why you're missing, in this video, we're going to be going over tips and tricks and commonalities upon every single one of your shots, exactly why you're missing your shots and how to make them in pickleball.
So the next time you miss, come back to this video and see what part and where you went wrong so you can get beat by your opponent instead of beating yourself.
So make sure to buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned because this is going to be an amazing video. Let's go. So the number one problem in pickleball, it has nothing to do with your actual swing. It has to do with your feet. If you ever miss in pickleball, the number one thing that you have to realize from now on is you have to automatically go to your feet. If you're missing, you feel jammed, you hit the ball out, look at your feet.
So how do you do that?
I want you to think about for your forehand and backhand drives, then we'll go up to the kitchen, is I want you to think about your contact point and make sure that your contact point is kind of like a strike zone. So go right here, Michelle.
And won't my footwork set up the right contact point?
Yes, because if you can understand your strike zone, when you hit your forehand, here's your strike zone. I want you to think of a batter. You only swing when the ball's in the strike zone. When you hit a forehand, here's your strike zone, out in front and away from your body. When you hit a backhand, here's your strike zone, out in front and away from your body. So many players end up missing because they end up changing up their stroke because they end up not moving their feet. If here's my strike zone and I'm making contact with the ball here, that's why you're missing. If I'm hitting up here or down here or over here, I'm not going to be able to hit a good shot.
Well, and here's an extra variable that comes in with racket sports in general. You mentioned baseball. Everyone's standing in the same spot right to the side of the home plate. They don't have to move their feet. They just have to look at the ball and analyze whether it's in their zone or not. In tennis and in pickleball and in racket sports, you have to set yourself up to be in the right spot at your home plate.
And if you ever watch pickleball, don't
easy to
watch.
Mess up. It's easy to mess up.
And if you ever watch professional pickleball, I want you to not watch at their swings or the result. I want you to watch at their feet, especially when they're behind the kitchen, and see how many little steps they're taking. They're taking exact adjustment steps to move to the ball. They have their strike zone here. So if the ball's short, they're going to move up. If the ball's high, they're going to move back to let the ball drop. If it's side to side, they're going to move into the proper position. If you're a high-level pickleball player or you want to miss less, you need to have one swing for all the balls. The players who miss long on their returns or drives and every single one of their shots, they're changing their swing. They have a bunch of swings because they don't adjust their feet. You need to make sure you adjust your feet to get into the proper position. And we're going to show you exactly what this looks like. Let's go. So again, here is my strike zone for my forehand drive or my forehand return. Now this is what you don't want to do, and this is the reason why you're missing. You're here and, okay, there we are, one more. Here we are, it's somewhere, and I just swing. If I'm an advanced level player, here's my strike zone. Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move my feet and then hit. One more, I'm gonna move my feet and then hit. I am working to get into the proper position. Now, a lot of beginner, intermediate, club level players, even if they're moving, they think when the ball gets close to them, they still don't have to move. If you try to swing and the ball gets close to you, you're going to get jammed and you're going to end up hitting the ball long, or you're going to end up popping the ball up if you want to make that ball in because you're going to have to slow it down. Even if the ball is close to you, you still have to work your body. This is the same thing with your drops. And were you going to say something?
Is that because the ball's moving?
It's because, yes, and that's a big thing.
The ball doesn't stop for you.
Is coming to you. You have to understand that the ball doesn't just bounce and stay straight up. Depending on the spin, depending on the bounce, depending on where it lands, it's going to be moving towards you. So you have to continually be
it's like the
moving.
Overhead.
Yes, the
Oh,
overhead doesn't come straight down. A lot of players, they miss smashes because it comes straight down. They think it's falling from the sky and they go here. You got to continually be moving as that ball is coming. Now, the next thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that you take 2 times as many steps than you normally do. And that's how we can apply it to any level. A lot of players might be thinking, oh, I can't move. Oh, I don't know how to move. I don't know what to do. All you're going to do is move twice as much compared to when you typically hit. So if you're swinging and you're here and you're going to hit and you're just here, I'm going to be going like this. Watch me, ready? So I'm gonna go here, as many steps and try to hit. One more, let's try to get in. So I'm gonna take as many steps as possible and then try to get it in. All I want you to do is take 2 times as many steps than you typically do, and you will be able to get to better balls and hit more balls in. Now, the next reason why you are missing back at the baseline for your serves, your returns, your drives, or even your drops, it's because you're picking your head up. A lot of players, what they do is they try to see where their ball is going. And when you pick your head up or your body up, your ball is going to go long. And the only way that you're going to be able to keep the ball in is by slowing your swing down. So if the ball's coming, they go like this, they hit, and look, when my body goes up, the ball goes up. What you want to do is you want to make sure you keep your head down and your body forward. After I'm done hitting, watch what I do. So when you hit, you need to make sure you keep your body down and forward to the point that if someone came to push you, you're not going to go anywhere. We just cropped out the first one because she literally just decked me. I was like, you got to go kind of smaller. But what you don't want to do is when you hit, again, you pop your body up or you fall out of your shot. And then when someone goes to push you nicely, you're going to fall right away because you're not balanced if you like actually try to push them a little bit more.
also, this goes to watching the ball. You have to watch the ball hit your paddle, your swing happens, and your head and body is still down. People take their eye off the ball too. Did you ever whiff it? It's because your eye is not on the ball.
You want to keep your body controlled, compact, and concise. The less that you can do with your body and keep your body more controlled, the better your swing's going to be. Essentially, you want to eliminate all the fluff or all of the moving parts for your forehand, your backhand, your drive, or your drop, or even your serve. The next thing that you need to make sure that you do is you need to make sure that your paddle is in the proper position. A lot of players, they have great technique, they have all this amazing stuff, but they have the wrong grip. Now, Universal Rackets, we do not teach grips. I do not like to tell people, oh, well, you should be on a continental or semi-western because different tips work for different people and not one size fits all. People have different wrist flexibility, different comfort levels and everything like that.
Yeah.
But what you want to do though is you want to make sure that your paddle is tilted downward. Now, depending on how much you want to tilt it, depends on your own personal preference. However, make sure that your paddle is always tilted downward. A lot of players, they do everything right, but their ball still goes long. And they're understanding, they're trying to think, why is my ball still going long? Why am I missing the shot? It's because their paddle isn't in the proper position. A lot of players struggle with this or they don't think of it because when they're dinking or up at the kitchen, they have one grip with their paddle face open. But then they bring that same grip to back of the baseline and the ball goes long. If your paddle face is ever open, the ball is going to go up and it's going to go long. And the only way that you can hit a ball with an open paddle face is to slow it down and have that ball go in. If you want to be able to hit power, again, my paddle face has to be closed. So I need to make sure my paddle face is closed so the ball stays down into the court.
Right. So give a little recap. When a ball is coming to you in down by the baseline back here, what's going through Tyler's mind?
Closed paddle, move to the ball, keep your body down. Closed paddle.
As many steps as possible.
Yes.
And keep moving.
And that's a great exercise to do. Get your player, come out here, do it yourself. You don't even need a person feed the ball to you. But all you're going to do is try to take as many steps as possible before you hit a ball. That's a great drill to take as many steps as possible before you hit a ball. Or if it's just by yourself again, you're going to toss the ball in the air. Try to take as many steps as possible and then go and hit for your forehand, backhand, or even your drop. The next thing that we're going to go over is following through. A lot of many players, they try to keep their swing short. You want to keep your body compact, but you still need to do a full swing. A lot of players go wrong because they swing and they slam the brakes and the ball goes long. You need to let the paddle work for you. You can't work for the paddle. If you want to hit a good ball in, you have to give up control to get control. You need to follow through. The reason why you're missing long is because you're afraid to hit the drive, you're afraid to miss, you're stopping your swing, and the ball's going long or in the net every single time.
And you have the time to get a full follow through back down here at the baseline because it's further away from the kitchen.
So how do we ensure that we follow through? It's very simple. You always want to be finishing over your shoulder. A great thing for the forehand and backhand is you either want your elbow pointing forward or you want your elbows pointing forward. By pointing your elbows, that will ensure that you have a full follow through. The last reason why we're going to go over that you miss, and this is in the net, is because players forget to get under the ball. Remember, there's two things that we have to do in pickleball to get this ball over the net. Number one, we have to hit the ball forward, but number two, we have to hit the ball up because there's a net. So if I just swing forward, what's going to happen? The ball's going to go in the net. If I just swing upward, what's going to happen? The ball's going to go straight up. I need to swing forward and upward. So forward and upward. What I need to do, and can I see a ball real quick and come in the camera, is when we're doing it, we're getting under the ball. You're not coming on top of the ball. A lot of players will still make the balls, but it's because they're making contact above the net. If I ever have a ball at or below the net, I need to make sure I get below the ball to lift the ball upward. Now, how do we get below the ball?
Lower your center of gravity.
Yes, or dropping your paddle, which is something that we've been working on a ton. And all that it is making sure our paddle is down prior to contact. How do we ensure that our paddle's down? You can think that your butt cap is facing forward. By pointing your butt cap forward, that's going to angle your paddle, help you get below the ball so you can swing upward. If you can also follow through, you kind of kill two birds with one stone. By following through, it's going to ensure that you're swinging low to high instead of high to low. You're going to be able to get under the ball and never miss the ball in the net again. So basically, there's two things that can happen. Number one, you hit the ball in the net. How do you do it? You get under, you get below the ball, you lift the ball up. Number two, you hit the ball long. How do we fix that? You angle your paddle face down, hold the paddle loose, and make sure that we fully follow through and keep our body compact. And if you can do that, you will not miss your drives, your drops, or even your serves or returns in pickleball.
And none of those strokes matter if you're not getting your feet in the right place, you're not making contact with the ball. So those first two things are, it's like step one, step two, and then you can worry about your swing as well.
And again, the best way that we recommend all you players to do it is pretend that there's a strike zone and work to get your body into the proper strike zone. That's why you need to move your feet.
And your hand can be a good guide for that
And
as
your
well.
hand is your guide and your GPS. Do you want to explain the hand before we get into it?
So when you're working on your drives and your returns, which are essentially a drive, a return of serve, you want to make sure that your body's turned so that you can get rotation and power in your shots. And if you put your the hand that you're not swinging with out in front, it's going to guide you because this is where you want to hit the ball out in front. If it's within your arm's length, you're going to be jammed and too close to your body. You're not going to have control over the shot anymore. So if your hand's here and the ball's coming, like Tyler said, move with your hand out. And then when you're finally ready and you have the green light for your strike zone, you step and swing and follow through. So the hand can be a good guide for you. Now Tyler's going to show us the footwork that you're looking for at the kitchen to make sure you're not missing shots there.
So when we are up at the kitchen, here is where too many players end up missing their shots. It's because they're not moving up at the kitchen. Or if they end up making their shots, they're popping the ball up in the air. So where players go wrong at the kitchen is if the ball's ever over here, they're reaching for the ball and they're popping the ball up. If you ever reach for the ball, you're going to end up straining yourself, and the only thing that you're going to be able to do is hit the ball up and your opponent's going to smash it down at you. Yeah. Instead of reaching to the ball, I need to go to the ball. So look, I'm moving over and then I'm hitting. Again, I'm moving to the ball.
Sorry.
And then I'm going to hit. I need to get my feet there. And a lot of players think, oh, I'm at the kitchen, I don't need to move. It's very simple, right? I'm just standing here and they'll be dinking and they'll just be going like this. And if I am flat-footed, if someone pulls me out wide, I'm going to have to reach and I'm going to end up popping the ball up in the air. So what I need to do is I still need to be moving. Now, how do we be moving? It's very simple. You're continually moving and you're always really on your toes and you're in your legs. A lot of players, and it's a common misconception because everyone teaches what? You want to stay in your heels, compact, concise. And the whole reason why coaches say that at first is to teach beginners not to fall in the kitchen, right? If they take it in the air, if you hit in the air, what they teach is to not fall into the kitchen if they take it in the air, out of the air, like a volley, if you're hitting it like this. Instead, what you need to do though is once you get that and once you understand, okay, I'm not falling into the kitchen anymore, stop thinking about your weight on your heels and being stationary. Start thinking on your toes. So look how I'm moving every single time. I'm here, I'm on my toes, then I go and hit. Then I'm here, I'm on my toes, then I go and hit. Look at my intensity when I'm hitting. I'm continually moving at all times. Now again, this is very different. Here, gotta make a short video for this. Just standing here, and then here. Look at my intensity on my toes. I'm here, then I'm back. Then I'm here, and then I'm back. I'm continually moving. So you always wanna be moving with your body and add an intensity. And the best drill to do is go out with your partner and hit with them and just work on being light on your toes and continually moving at all times.
And here's an anti-drill, something that I want you to look at if you're doing this before you play your next match. Are you just standing here for your warm-up like this, hitting the ball right to, come here, Tyler. I see so many people warming up like this. Gotta hit it right to the person, you're just standing there. How is this gonna help you for your game when the ball is supposed to not be hit to your body? Like the goal is to hit the ball, not where they're standing. And at most warm-ups that I see, they're dinking right at the person.
I think
they're not even moving. So look at that.
Continually move. And I like to think, if you watch pro pickleball, pretend that you're James Ignowich. Now, I think he does it way excessive, but you see him, he's like this at all times. It's kind of, it's crazy how he's doing it, but he's here and he's continued. They actually called him one time for like being a disturbance to the point, but he's continually bouncing and moving. And that's what you want to do. You want to continually be moving and ready for the next shot. You want to be able to like explode in your legs and in your feet.
Now show them the difference between standing and reaching and dinking, and you've already showed them not to do it, but show them what you're looking for with like that side lunge.
Yeah, so when you're going out to the ball too, notice your basic movements. There are 3 basic movements. Number 1, you can go out to the ball. Number 2, you can step across the ball, or number 3, you can take out of the air. So every single time I'm moving side to side when I go out to the ball. If I'm having it close to me, I'm taking the ball here. And if the ball's super angled, I'm stepping across my body. So I'm standing here when the ball's close to me. Now I'm moving side. Look how I'm going on my outside leg. When I'm moving side to side, I'm going on my outside leg, kind of like I'm doing a side lunge. So I'm going over here outside leg, or I'm going over here with my outside leg.
He's never straight up and down.
So what you really, and straight up and down, that's a great comment, because you want to think that you're pushing your weight onto this leg, or you're pushing your weight onto that leg. Going side to side, really feeling your weight go on your outside leg and hitting. The next big thing I think about moving in the kitchen, the reason why you're missing, is making sure that you're dropping your center of gravity. A lot of players, where they go wrong is that they bend at their waist, and when I bend at my waist, I have to go down to the ball and I'm swinging up. If she ever pushes me, I have to go down and swing up. And not trying to rip on age, but that's what a lot of older people do.
Yeah.
They bend down. Now, again, depending on your fitness level, age, and everything, this could be a little bit limited, but do a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And regardless of your pickleball level, age, athletic ability, flexibility, experience, whatever, just try to implement these a little bit, and a little goes a long way. If I can go down and sit down and get into my legs, now I'm swinging forward instead of swinging up. By dropping down, I'm able to push the ball more forward rather than going up. If I bend at my waist, I'm hitting the ball up. If I drop down in my legs, now I'm able to hit the ball a tiny bit more forward.
And see, that's going right back into setting yourself up for the correct strike zone, the right point of contact, as we discussed back at the baseline.
Yeah.
So if you can't move your feet because you don't have time at the kitchen, you can drop your body.
100%. Next thing I think as well is just angling your paddle face the opposite way that you do from the baseline.
In the correct way.
So a lot of players coming from tennis, they think, including myself, I will not act like I didn't think this. I'm up the kitchen, this is easy. I can win really easily, right?
Your big backswing.
And what do they end up doing? Here we are. So they go to dink, they're in this tennis grip because they played tennis for 20 years, and now they're here. Big backswing. Oh, I hit it in the net. Pickleball sucks. Paddle doesn't have strings, ball doesn't have fuzz, everything. Yeah, because you had the wrong grip. Back there, you were killing drives because your paddle face was down. We went over it. That's how to keep your drives in and not miss. But up at the kitchen, you need to open your paddle face. It's the inverse. So now, because we're making contact from below the net, I have to hit the ball up. So how do we do that? We end up opening our paddle face. So many tennis players, they end up taking these giant swings off the bounce. And when they're doing it, they're taking a giant swing and it gives them a chance to pop the ball up. All you gotta do is just open up your paddle face and look how little you move
And it's
the
good
paddle.
for volleys too.
100%.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into that in a second.
Okay.
But when we're doing these dinks, I'm literally minimizing my swing and I'm just opening my paddle face. A great drill to do is get someone to go out and dink with you and just literally try to lessen your swing as much as possible. Try to hit the ball and not even move your paddle and just start learning how much power your paddle actually can do, how much like momentum your paddle can get without doing anything. Look, I'm just tapping the paddle here and look how the ball is still going in. Players think that they have to swing so much. So it's kind of like this, honestly, if you want to think about it. Just giving you a way to remember. Spaz out in your feet, don't spaz out in your swing.
Yeah.
And that used to happen to me as well. I come from tennis, I have a huge tennis ego, and this is me when we play tournaments. It's so embarrassing. I'm here and I'm moving, swing. And I'm here, moving, swing, right? And I end up popping the ball up, missing and everything like that. Your legs go crazy, your paddle stays controlled. It's kind of like, this is Tyler, this is Michelle. Tyler's going, ah, and Michelle's keeping him in line. You like that one?
It's true.
So make sure, again, you go crazy in your feet, you don't go crazy in your swing. And that's a big thing. Now, okay, what should we do with the volley?
Talk about the paddle face.
Like this, keeping our paddle out. Oh my gosh. So one thing that I'm doing with the volleys is keeping my body controlled, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where I go wrong, so I'm like flailing everywhere. So what I want to do with my volleys is I want to make sure that I keep my body down and I always keep my body controlled. Where I go wrong every single time is I'm continually here and I'm moving my body. You want to literally just hold your paddle out and let the paddle do the work. And I think that's a giant thing. When I'm hitting, I'm here, and notice I'm taking as minimal movement as possible.
Because then you're already back in the right spot.
With my paddle and with my swing. And too many players, what they do wrong is they're moving their body and they're moving their paddle and they're ending up popping the ball up. So if I'm moving my body and I'm moving my paddle, looks what's going to happen every single time.
Yeah.
So what I need to make sure that I do, again, is I stay here, and I'm always just staying down and keeping my paddle forward and out in front and minimizing my paddle movement. If you can minimize your paddle movement, you can minimize your swing, you're going to be able to pop up less balls. It is very simple. So keep your body down, keep your body compact, and just let your paddle do the work.
And the main reason that I think people miss, and I do it all the time, with their volley is because they are swinging too big or doing too much, like he said, with the movement. And I almost wanted to say you need to swing earlier, because what happens is your point of contact is all jammed up. You're standing on top of the home plate instead of to the side of it for your swing. So you're getting caught here and the ball is too close to your body to have an efficient shot. So essentially, if you're moving your paddle less, you're already be in your ready position. So you don't even really need to swing sooner. You just need to swing less so that you're ready to go for the next one. Because the best counters and the best volleys are when you're already there and your contact point is correct.
And less is always more in pickleball. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you can understand with your volleys. If you want to miss less, pop up less, keep your swing compact, keep your body concise, and that's going to help you a ton.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, if your feet are in the right position and you have the proper contact, you're good to go for all of your shots. But the key is to figuring out what that looks like for you on court in your game and the type of shots that you're going to take. Then you can start problem solving on, why did I miss that shot in the net? Was my paddle face open? Was it closed? Was I using too much wrist? Was I overswinging? What was going wrong with my shot and why? Because we just gave you all of the options, like A, B, C, D, E, F, J, about what you could be doing wrong and how you can fix that for your next match.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys will miss less, win more points. If it helps you, share with a friend, click the link in the description, play better pickleball, and we will see you guys next time on court.